1. The 1978 Chevrolet Nova is a classic American sedan being offered for $5,500. This particular model has a 6-cylinder gas engine and an automatic transmission. The car's odometer shows 51,955 miles, indicating it has been driven a relatively low amount for its age. The exterior is finished in a blue paint color. The seller, Mission Thrift, states that the vehicle comes with a clean title. However, they do not provide much detail about the overall condition of the car. As with many older vehicles, it's important for potential buyers to thoroughly inspect the car in person or have it checked out by a mechanic to assess its true condition. The seller is offering the car as is with no financing available. Mission Thrift seems to be a thrift store that also sells used vehicles. They have multiple cars for sale and invite people to visit their store in Fresno, California to see the vehicles and check out other bargains. The store is conveniently open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. In summary, this Nova could be an affordable classic car for someone looking for a project or a weekend cruiser. But as with any used vehicle purchase, doing your due diligence on the condition is crucial before making a decision, especially on an older car being sold as is. The lack of detailed condition info in the ad means interested buyers will need to see it in person to really know what they are getting for the $5,500 asking price. 2. This 1978 Chevy Monte Carlo is being offered for $6,000. It has a 305 V8 gas engine and an automatic transmission. The odometer shows 81,000 miles, which is relatively low for a car of this age. The seller mentions it has power steering and air conditioning. The car comes with a clean California title and current tags. It has also recently passed a smog check, which is good for 90 days. This is important for anyone looking to register the car in California. However, the seller is upfront that the car needs some work before it can be reliably driven. They mention it needs a full tune-up as it has been sitting for a while. While the car runs, it doesn't stay running, likely due to the tune-up issues. Additionally, the seller notes that the car will need a repaint in the future. They say it looks good from a distance but is not perfect up close. This is important for potential buyers to keep in mind as a quality paint job can be expensive. Despite these issues, the seller believes the car would make a good cruiser once the necessary work is done. They seem firm on the price and not interested in answering questions that are already addressed in the ad. In summary, this Monte Carlo could be a solid project car for someone willing to put in the work to get it roadworthy and looking its best. The relatively low mileage and clean title are appealing, but the needed tune-up and future paint work are important considerations at this $6,000 price point. As always, a thorough inspection and test drive are recommended before making a purchase. 3. This 1970 Buick Lasaber Custom 455 is a rare two-door hardtop model with a clean title, being offered for $5,500 or best offer. It's a matching numbers car, meaning the engine is original to the vehicle. The car is powered by Buick's legendary 455 cubic inch V8, which in 1970 was rated at an impressive 370 horsepower and 510 lb-ft of torque. The engine is paired with a TH400 automatic transmission. The seller describes the car as a solid running and driving project car that came from Eastern Washington. They state that the 455 engine starts and runs well, has plenty of power, and doesn't consume oil. The car has received some recent maintenance, including a new gas tank, windshield, tires, carburetor rebuild, and partial exhaust. The seller has driven the car on longer trips and reports that it handles well on the highway. The LeSabre has some desirable factory options like a passenger side mirror and air conditioning, though the AC is not currently working. The car wears its original gold paint, which is very faded and originally had a matching vinyl roof. There is some rust present, notably in the rear body mounts, around the rear wheel arches, and around the rear window. All common problem areas for these cars. However, the seller states that the rust is not as bad as most examples they've seen, and the floors, front fenders, rockers, doors, and trunk, aside from body mounts, are solid. The seller has additional parts that come with the car, including the vinyl roof trim, interior window trim, and a set of correct Buick road wheels available for close to the asking price. They present the car as a great project that they'd like to keep, but cannot due to having too many projects. In summary, this rare Buick LeSabre could be an excellent project car for a Buick enthusiast. It has a desirable drivetrain and solid bones, but will need cosmetic restoration and rust repair in some areas. The additional parts and wheels are a nice bonus. As with any project car, a thorough in-person inspection is recommended before purchase. 4. This 1965 Dodge Dart 270 is a two-door coupe with a clean title, being offered for $7,500. It's powered by a 225 cubic inch slant-6 engine paired with a 3-speed manual transmission, colloquially known as 3 on the tree due to the column-mounted shifter. The rear end has a 3.23 gear ratio. The seller states that the car runs and drives very well. The engine was rebuilt by a reputable local shop and has a mild Hughes camshaft, new hoses, belts, plugs, wires, cap, and electronic ignition. Approximately $2,500 was invested in the engine work alone, which was done within the last 1,000 miles. Recent mechanical work includes a new clutch disc and pressure plate, a new driveline with new U-joints, new shocks, and a complete brake system overhaul with new pads, wheel cylinders, lines, and master cylinder. The exhaust system features custom pipes and a quiet MagnaFlow muffler. The interior, while needing new carpet and a thorough cleaning, is described as custom. The car has been sitting for a few years, which likely accounts for the interior's current condition. The main issue noted is rust-through in the driver's side lower rear quarter panel. However, the seller states that the rust does not seem to have affected the rest of the car. The seller mentions that Craigslist SS wheels and tires, as well as a 2-barrel intake manifold and carburetor, for improved performance, could be negotiated with the car. They also have a Dodge Dart with a slant-6 engine and push-button automatic that could be purchased for an additional $2,500. This second car was running and driving when parked and still starts but needs brake work. In summary, this Dart 270 presents as a solid classic car with a nicely rebuilt engine and many new mechanical components. The rust issue and interior condition are the main drawbacks, but these may be acceptable given the overall condition and recent work. The additional wheels, performance parts, and second car are interesting points for negotiation. As always, a thorough inspection is advised before purchase. 5. This 1964 Chevy Corvair is being offered for $7,500 or best offer. The seller is not interested in trades and will only accept cash or a cashier's check. The car has 26,280 miles shown on the odometer, but the seller is unsure if it has turned over once, meaning the actual mileage could be 126,280. It's equipped with a 4-speed manual transmission. In recent years, the car has had several parts replaced, including both carburetors, the gas tank, brakes, differential gas lines, and backup switches. The interior has also received new carpet on the floors and ceiling. The seller used to drive the Corvair semi-regularly, but hasn't been able to drive it recently due to having 2 children back-to-back. The battery is currently dead because it was left connected, so the car doesn't start at the moment. However, the seller states that before this, the car drove fine and they can easily jump-start it to get it running again. The car comes with some Corvair books and manuals, which could be helpful for a new owner. The seller will also include a steering wheel lock, car jack, stands, and tire stoppers. In summary, this Chevrolet Corvair seems to be in good mechanical condition, with many key components having been replaced in recent years. The interior has also been partially refreshed with new carpet. The unknown exact mileage and the dead battery are minor concerns, but the seller seems confident the car will start with a jump and run well. The included extras are a nice bonus. As with any used car, a thorough inspection and test drive, once the battery is charged or replaced, are recommended before purchase. For a Corvair enthusiast, this could be a solid car at the $7,500 asking price, especially if the actual mileage is indeed only 26,280. 6. This 1962 Chrysler Imperial is being offered for $8,000 or best offer. The seller emphasizes that this is a must-see and must-drive car, suggesting they are confident in its condition and performance. The car is described as being in good condition overall. It has a low mileage of just 58,853 miles, which is quite low for a vehicle of this age. However, it's not specified whether this is the original mileage or if the odometer has rolled over. Several parts have been recently replaced or rebuilt, including the carburetor, fuel tank, and spark plugs and wires. This suggests that the seller has invested in maintaining and improving the car's mechanical condition. The "and more" mention implies there may be other recent maintenance or upgrades not listed. The Imperial comes with a clean title. It's powered by a V8 engine, a common configuration for luxury cars of this era, and has an automatic transmission. The exterior is finished in a white paint color. The seller invites interested parties to come test drive the car, but only if they have a genuine intent to purchase. This suggests they are serious about selling and don't want to waste time with non-serious buyers. In summary, this Chrysler presents as a well-maintained, low-mileage classic luxury car. The recent mechanical work and good overall condition are appealing, and the seller seems confident in the car's drivability. The "or best offer" phrasing suggests there may be some flexibility on price for a serious buyer. As always, a thorough inspection and test drive are recommended. But based on the description, this could be a solid buy for a vintage car enthusiast at or near the asking price, especially given the apparently low mileage. More details on any other work done and the car's maintenance history would help further assess its condition and value. 7. This 1978 Cadillac Coupe DeVille is being offered for $5,500. The seller describes the car as a great classic that runs well and has no rust, which is a significant selling point for a vehicle of this age. The car is equipped with a 425 cubic inch V8 engine, which was a common engine size for full-size luxury cars of this era. It has an automatic transmission for easy driving. The Coupe DeVille comes loaded with a number of luxury features. It has power steering, power windows, and power locks, which were high-end features in the 1970s. It also has air conditioning, cruise control, and a tilt steering wheel, further enhancing the driving experience. A sunroof is another notable feature that adds to the car's luxury appeal. The odometer shows 29,897 miles, which is remarkably low for a car that's over 40 years old. However, the seller doesn't specify if this is the original mileage or if the odometer has rolled over. If it is the original mileage, it would significantly add to the car's value and appeal. The car comes with a clean title, suggesting there are no major legal or ownership issues. The seller has other ads listed, which could be worth checking out for anyone interested in classic cars. In summary, this DeVille presents as a well-optioned, low-mileage classic luxury car in good condition. The lack of rust and the reported good running condition are major positives. The numerous power features and the sunroof add to its appeal. If the low mileage is original, this could be a very compelling buy for a classic car enthusiast at the $5,500 asking price. As with any used vehicle purchase, a thorough inspection and test drive are recommended to verify the car's condition. More details on the car's maintenance history and any recent work would also be helpful in making a purchasing decision. 8. This 1983 Buick Riviera is a convertible model with a clean title, being offered for $2,500. It's powered by a 307 cubic inch V8 engine and has a rear-wheel drive configuration. The transmission is automatic and was replaced just 3 years ago. The seller states that the car runs great and the engine sounds good. They estimate the mileage to be around 130,000, which is relatively low for a car of this age. However, the odometer is broken and stopped working at around 117,000 miles, so the exact mileage is unknown. Several parts have been replaced in recent years, including the exhaust system about 4 years ago. The car rides on newish rubber all around. The interior is described as being in good condition, with no rips or tears in the leather. The car has an aftermarket stereo system including a CD deck, new rear and door speakers, and a 10-inch subwoofer in the trunk. The exterior body is said to be in good condition, with only a couple of small dings and no dents. However, the seller notes that the car could benefit from a good buffing and a new paint job to really sharpen it up. Some of the plastic bodywork around the bumpers is cracked or missing. The seller is upfront about several issues with the car. The horn doesn't work. The power antenna is stuck in the middle position, but still gets good reception. The speedometer doesn't work. The gas gauge is inaccurate. The convertible top struggles to go up and is rarely used by the seller. The rear windows are off track, and there's a coolant leak that the seller's mechanic attributes to bad manifold gaskets, though the heat still works fine. The car comes with the original floor mats and a leather snap-on boot cover for the convertible top. In summary, this Buick convertible is a classic car with some appealing features like low mileage, a replaced transmission, and a good interior and overall body condition. However, it also has a number of issues that potential buyers should be aware of, particularly the broken odometer, coolant leak, and various non-functional components. At the $2,500 asking price, it could be a good project car for someone willing to address these issues. As always, a thorough inspection and test drive are recommended before purchase to fully assess the car's condition. 9. This 1965 Ford Falcon is a two-door model with a clean title, being offered for $5,500. The seller is letting it go at what they consider a cheap price to make room for another car they have coming. Originally, this Falcon was equipped with a 289 cubic inch V8 engine. However, it has been upgraded to a more modern 5.0-liter Mustang engine with a roller camshaft, which likely provides a significant power increase over the original engine. The seller is upfront that this car is a project and not currently street-ready. However, they state that it does start, run, drive, and stop, which suggests that the basic mechanical functions are operational. The body has some rust bubbles in the quarter panels, but the seller states it's not horrible. Importantly, the floors, drip rails, and window surrounds are said to be solid. The front seat needs to be reupholstered. Interestingly, the seller points out that the car is not in primer despite what the photos might suggest. Instead, it's painted in a dark, non-metallic gray color similar to what's seen on modern Teslas and Mustangs. On a positive note, the seller states that the car has no leaks and is totally dry. It also has a working Alpine stereo system and comes with a black California license plate, which could be a desirable original feature. The odometer shows 75,000 miles, but the seller notes that it has rolled over, so the actual mileage is unknown but higher. The seller offers to provide a walk-around video of the car upon request. In summary, this Falcon presents as a solid project car with a desirable V8 engine upgrade. While it needs some cosmetic work and is not currently roadworthy, it has a running drivetrain and apparently solid bones. The non-metallic gray paint is an interesting feature. At the $5,500 asking price, it could be a good buy for someone looking for a 60s Ford project with some already completed upgrades. As always, an in-person inspection is recommended to verify the car's condition and assess the extent of the needed work. The offer of a walk-around video is a helpful option for serious potential buyers. 10. This 1984 Chevy Corvette is a Coupe model with a clean title, being offered for $9,200 or best offer. The seller describes the car as very clean and a showstopper, suggesting it's in excellent cosmetic condition. The car has 82,700 miles on the odometer, which is relatively low for its age. It's powered by a 5.7-liter, 350 cubic inch V8 engine, which was the standard engine for Corvettes of this era. The transmission is automatic and the car has a rear-wheel drive configuration, as is typical for Corvettes. The exterior is finished in a brown paint color. The car features a removable top, allowing for open-air driving. The seller mentions that the car has a digital dash, which was a cutting-edge feature in the mid-1980s. The seller states that the car runs great and drives smoothly. They are selling because the car is taking up too much space and they need it gone, not due to any mentioned mechanical issues. Delivery of the car is available, which could be convenient for non-local buyers. Overall, the seller's description suggests this is a well-maintained, low-mileage Corvette in excellent condition. The "or best offer" phrasing indicates there may be some flexibility on price for serious buyers. In summary, this Chevrolet presents as a clean, low-mileage classic sports car. The removable top, digital dash, and overall excellent condition are appealing features. The 5.7-liter V8 should provide ample power. At the $9,200 asking price or a negotiated lower price, this could be a solid buy for a Corvette enthusiast seeking a well-preserved 80s model. As always, an in-person inspection and test drive are recommended to verify the car's condition and identify any potential issues not mentioned in the ad. If the car checks out, it could indeed be a showstopper for its new owner. 11. This 1979 Chevy Malibu Classic is a coupe model with a clean title, being offered for a firm $4,500. The seller is confident in their pricing, stating that similar cars are being sold as rollers, cars without a drivetrain, for the same price. The car is powered by a small block Chevy 350 5.7-liter V8 engine paired with a TH350 automatic transmission. The seller states that both are in great condition and the car will take you anywhere as is, but it needs new tires as soon as possible. The car wears its original paint, which has some rust and dings, but nothing major according to the seller. The floors and trunk are said to be solid. The seller has done extensive work underneath the car, removing the rear end, gas tank, and whole front clip, then pressure washing, wire brushing, sanding, and painting everything black. Several new parts have been installed, including rear shocks, brakes, brake lines, wheel cylinders, front calipers, master cylinder, alternator, fan clutch, and water pump. The car also has a freshly rebuilt Edelbrock carburetor. The seller has a complete AC system with a good compressor that needs to be installed. The interior is mostly there but may need some work. The car is described as a running project that could be a daily driver with good tires. It's located at a specific address in Backcliff, Texas, and the seller is available there all day, every day. In summary, this Malibu Classic presents as a solid project car with a strong drivetrain and lots of recent mechanical work. The original paint and interior may need some attention, but the car appears to be structurally sound. With some further work and new tires, it could potentially be a daily driver. The firm $4,500 price seems reasonable given the work done and the car's overall condition. But as always, an in-person inspection is recommended to verify the car's state and assess any work that still needs to be done. For someone looking for a late 70s Malibu project with a clean title and a running V8, this could be a good buy. 12. This 1965 Plymouth Barracuda is being offered for $7,500. It's a sedan model with a clean title. The odometer shows 100,000 miles, but the seller notes that it has rolled over, so the actual mileage is unknown but higher. Originally, this Barracuda was equipped with a 273 cubic inch V8 engine, but that engine is no longer with the car. Instead, it currently has a 360 V8 from a 1972 Dodge Power Wagon, which has been modified with a hotter cam and an Edelbrock Carter AFB 650 CFM carburetor. The car is described as a practically rust-free Arizona car, suggesting it has been in a dry climate for much of its life. The original body has only minor dings and dents and still wears the original paint in a yellow color. Many parts of the car have been updated or replaced. The entire fuel system was replaced in 2013, including the tank, sending unit, lines, pump, and carburetor. The seller has used only non-E85 gas since then. The car also has an electronic ignition system. The transmission is a 727 automatic with a trans-go shift kit and a 3,500 RPM stall converter. The rear end is an 834 unit with a 3.23 Sure Grip differential, shortened resplined C-body axles, and matching C-body rear drum brakes. The brake system features a dual master cylinder with a proportioning valve. The car rides on 15 inches, rally wheels with a large bolt pattern wrapped in 215/60 R15 tires. The front suspension is from a 1973 or later A-body with custom idler arm mounting bracket and Chrysler Cordoba front disc brakes. It has thick 1.03 inches torsion bars up front and 6-layer leaf springs in the rear, along with both front and rear sway bars. Other upgrades include a radiator from a 73 or newer A-body, a locking steering column from the same era, a modified wiring harness, modern aftermarket cruise control, a center console and floor shifter from a 73 or newer A-body, aftermarket oil and temperature gauges, mid-80s Dodge Daytona front bucket seats, and a modified 1984 Dodge Colt front spoiler. In summary, this Plymouth has been extensively modified with numerous performance, handling, and comfort upgrades. While it no longer has its original engine, the 360 V8 with performance modifications should provide ample power. The rust-free Arizona body and original paint are significant selling points for a car of this age. At the $7,500 asking price, this could be an attractive buy for someone looking for a unique, heavily customized 60s Mopar. As always, an in-person inspection is recommended to verify the car's condition and the quality of the modifications. If everything checks out, this could be a fun and distinctive classic car. 13. This 1974 Chevy Camaro is a Type LT model with a clean Kentucky title, being offered for $9,000 or best offer. While it looks like a Z28, the seller clarifies that it is not one. The car is powered by a 350 cubic inch, 5.7-liter V8 engine with a 4-barrel carburetor, paired with a 4-speed manual transmission. The seller states that the car runs, drives, and shifts great. It has power steering and power brakes, with disc brakes up front for improved stopping power over the standard drum brakes. The odometer shows 82,000 miles, which is relatively low for a car of this age. However, the seller doesn't specify if this is the original mileage. The seller is upfront about some cosmetic issues. There is some Bondo, body filler, in the quarter panels, suggesting previous rust repair or damage. There are also a few bubbles under the vinyl top, which could indicate rust underneath. These issues don't seem to be major, but they are worth noting. Mechanically, the seller mentions that the car leaks a little oil, which is not uncommon for a car of this age, but should be monitored. On a positive note, the interior is described as being in excellent shape, which is a big plus for a nearly 50-year-old car. In summary, this Chevrolet Camaro presents as a solid running and driving classic with a desirable drivetrain combination, 350 V8 and 4-speed manual. The low mileage and excellent interior are appealing, but the Bondo in the quarter panels, bubbles under the vinyl top, and minor oil leak are issues to be aware of. At the $9,000 asking price or a negotiated lower price, this could be a good buy for someone looking for a 70s Camaro that's mechanically sound but may need some cosmetic work. As always, an in-person inspection is recommended to assess the extent of the body issues and verify the overall condition of the car. If the issues are indeed minor and the car checks out well, it could be an enjoyable classic muscle car. 14. This 1954 Lincoln Capri is a sedan model with a clean title, being offered for $8,500. The seller describes the car as a stock model, suggesting it has not been significantly modified. The car is powered by a 317 cubic inch V8 engine paired with an automatic transmission. It has a rear-wheel drive configuration, as was typical for American cars of this era. The seller states that the car runs and drives great. They have driven it around town on weekends, indicating it's roadworthy and reliable enough for regular use. Several parts of the brake system have been replaced or updated, including new wheel cylinders, master cylinder, and linings. The seller notes that the power drum brakes stop great. The car also has newer tires, which is important for safety and performance. The car features power front windows which work and a power front seat. However, the rear window motors need to be gone through, as the rear windows currently do not work. Cosmetically, the car has had one repaint in its lifetime. The seats need to be reupholstered, which is not unusual for a car of this age. The battery box has a bit of rust, but the seller describes it as manageable. The car currently has an Optima 6-volt battery, which is an upgrade over the original equipment. The odometer shows 75,000 miles, but the seller doesn't specify if this is the original mileage. In summary, this Lincoln presents as a solid, stock classic car that's mechanically sound and usable as a weekend driver. The updated brake system, newer tires, and working front power windows are nice features. The need for seat reupholstery and rear window motor work are not uncommon needs for a car of this age and don't detract significantly from the car's appeal. The one repaint and manageable rust also suggests the car is in good condition for its age. At the $8,500 asking price, this could be an attractive buy for someone looking for a 50s American luxury car that's ready to enjoy with some room for improvement. As always, an in-person inspection is recommended to verify the car's condition and assess any work that may be needed. If the car checks out well, it could be a charming and enjoyable classic for weekend cruising. 15. This 1983 Pontiac Firebird is a coupe model with a clean title, being offered for $9,500. The seller mentions they have some wiggle room on the price, suggesting they are open to negotiation for serious buyers. The car is powered by a 350 cubic inch, 5.7-liter V8 engine, which is likely a Chevrolet small block given the Firebird's close relation to the Camaro. The engine is paired with a 5-speed manual transmission, which is a desirable combination for many enthusiasts. Several parts of the engine have been recently replaced, including the intake, carburetor distributor, fuel pump, and water pump. This suggests the engine has been well maintained or recently serviced. The clutch system has also been updated with a new clutch, pressure plate, and throwout bearing, which is important for the longevity and performance of the manual transmission. The car has received a new paint job in black, which gives it a classic muscle car look. The interior has also been partially updated with new door panels and a new dash pad, which can significantly improve the cabin's appearance. The odometer shows 10,000 miles, but the seller notes that it is rolled over. This means the actual mileage is unknown, but is at least 110,000 miles, 10,000 plus one full rollover of the 5-digit odometer. The seller describes the overall condition of the car as good. They don't mention any significant mechanical or cosmetic issues, but more details could be helpful for potential buyers. In summary, this Pontiac Firebird presents as a well-maintained or recently updated classic muscle car with a desirable drivetrain combination. The new paint, interior updates, and recent mechanical work are all positive signs. The unknown actual mileage due to the odometer rollover is a consideration, but not uncommon for a car of this age. At the $9,500 asking price or a negotiated lower price, this could be an attractive buy for someone looking for a third-generation Firebird with a strong V8 and manual transmission. As always, an in-person inspection is recommended to verify the car's condition and assess any potential issues not mentioned in the ad. If the car checks out well, it could be an enjoyable classic muscle car for cruising and potential collector value. 16. This 1954 Ford Customline is a 4-door sedan model with a clean title being offered for $10,000. The seller provides a detailed description of the car's features and recent work. The car is powered by a 239 cubic inch V8 engine, which the seller states runs well. Notably, the engine was rebuilt by Jasper, a well-known engine remanufacturer, in 2010. This suggests the engine should have plenty of life left in it. The car has a rebuilt automatic transmission and a rebuilt rear end, which are key components for drivability and reliability. It also features a dual exhaust system with 2 new cherry bomb mufflers, which likely give the V8 a nice exhaust note. Many other parts have been replaced or updated, including the gas tank, fuel pump, gas cap, wiring, still 6-volt, generator, headliner, floor carpet, and seat belts. The radio has been rebuilt, which is notable as it's the original tube-type unit. Cosmetically, the car is finished in black on the exterior with a blue interior. It comes with 5 original 1954 full hubcaps and the original hood ornament, which are desirable for collectors and restorers. The odometer shows 80,000 miles, but the seller doesn't specify if this is the original mileage or if the odometer has rolled over. The overall condition of the car is described as good. The seller doesn't mention any major issues or needed repairs. In summary, this Customline presents as a well-maintained or restored classic sedan with many desirable features. The rebuilt engine, transmission, and rear end, along with the many new or updated parts, suggest this car has been well cared for. The original details like the hubcaps, hood ornament, and radio are also appealing. At the $10,000 asking price, this could be a fair deal for a buyer looking for a solid, drivable 50s American sedan with collector appeal. As always, an in-person inspection is recommended to verify the car's condition and assess any potential issues not mentioned in the ad. If the car checks out as described, it could be a great classic for cruising, car shows, or even a movie prop. 17. This 1976 Ford Elite is a coupe model with a clean title, being offered for $6,950. The seller describes it as a great classic cruiser that runs and drives great. The car is powered by a 351 cubic inch V8 engine, which is likely the Windsor or Cleveland variant common in Ford vehicles of this era. The engine is paired with an automatic transmission for easy cruising. The car is equipped with several desirable features, including air conditioning, an AM/FM radio with a CD player, power steering, and power brakes. These features add to the car's comfort and drivability. Recently, the car has received new tires and a new vinyl top, which are important updates for both safety and aesthetics. The seller also mentions that the car has just been serviced, suggesting it has been well maintained. The odometer shows just 21,000 miles, which is remarkably low for a car of this age. However, the seller doesn't specify if this is the original mileage or if the odometer has rolled over. If it is indeed the original mileage, that would be a significant selling point. The exterior of the car is finished in a black paint color, which is a classic and desirable color for muscle cars and personal luxury coupes like the Elite. The overall condition of the car is described as good, and the seller doesn't mention any major issues or needed repairs. In summary, this Ford presents as a well-optioned, recently updated, and well-maintained classic cruiser. The low mileage, if original, is a major highlight. The recent service, new tires, and new vinyl top are also positive signs. At the $6,950 asking price, this could be an attractive buy for someone looking for a comfortable, stylish 70s American coupe with a strong V8 engine. As always, an in-person inspection is recommended to verify the car's condition, confirm the mileage, and assess any potential issues not mentioned in the ad. If the car checks out as described, it could be a great classic for weekend cruises, car shows, or simply enjoying the ride. 18. This 1969 Lincoln Continental is a coupe model with a clean Texas title, being offered for a firm price of $6,300. The seller provides a very detailed description of the car's history, condition, and features. The car is an early production model, built in June 1968 and sold in Stockton, California in July 1968. It was brought to Texas in 2014. The odometer shows 62,632 miles, which the seller implies is the original mileage. The car is mostly original, with the exception of some paintwork and a 2-barrel carburetor. The exterior color is called platinum, which the seller describes as white with a blue tint and a blue pinstripe. The interior is all original dark blue leather. The seller notes that there are no rust holes or patch panels on the car, which is a significant positive for a vehicle of this age. The car runs and drives, but the seller notes that it needs new tires, and they are unsure about the condition of the belts and hoses due to storage. The car is well optioned, featuring auto-temp air conditioning, remote trunk release, 6-way power seat, AM/FM radio, and a vinyl roof. It also has the original Fomoco headlights, though the headlight covers sometimes go down when the car is running, likely due to vacuum hose leaks. Mechanically, the car starts right up and runs well, but there is an electrical drain that requires disconnecting the battery at night. All windows work, but the rear windows only work from the rear switches. The seller notes several other minor issues, such as some dings and dents on the body, but overall presents the car as being in good condition. The seller is firm on the price and does not offer trades, financing, or credit card payments. They have provided 100 detailed photos and their phone number on their website for interested buyers. In summary, this early production Lincoln presents as a largely original solid car with a detailed known history. While it has some minor issues and needs new tires, the low mileage, lack of rust, and overall good condition are appealing. At the firm $6,300 price, this could be a good buy for a Lincoln or classic luxury car enthusiast who appreciates originality and is willing to address the minor needs. As always, an in-person inspection is recommended to verify the car's condition and assess any potential issues not mentioned in the ad. If the car checks out as described, it could be a unique and interesting classic to own and enjoy. 19. This 1957 Buick Special is a sedan model being offered for $6,900. The seller describes it as a near-complete project car that has undergone significant mechanical and interior work. The car is powered by a 364 cubic inch nailhead V8 engine, which is a nickname for Buick's V8 engines of this era due to their unique vertical valve arrangement. The engine is paired with a Dynaflow automatic transmission that has been rebuilt by a specialist named Barry Newton of Taylor Motive. The engine has received substantial work, including rebuilt heads with all new valves and springs by Magnum Engine, new lifters, and a full engine gasket set for a future block rebuild. The starter, generator, and water pump have also been rebuilt. The brakes have been updated with new components, including wheel cylinders, a rebuilt master cylinder, and turn drums. The car features tinted glass all around, which is noted to be in good condition. The interior has been updated with powder-coated trim, 2007 Mustang black satin power bucket seats, new carpet, and a new 4-speaker stereo system. The electrical system has been refreshed with new bulbs and fuses throughout, and all lights are reported to be working. The car also has a new battery. The exterior of the car is finished in a black paint color. The seller doesn't provide much detail about the body condition, but based on the excellent overall condition rating, it's likely in good shape. One potential issue is that the car is listed as having a missing title. This could complicate the registration process for the new owner. The odometer shows 60,000 miles, but the seller doesn't specify if this is the original mileage. In summary, this Buick presents as a well-sorted project car that has received extensive mechanical and interior upgrades. The rebuilt engine, transmission, and brakes, along with the updated interior, suggest this car could be a strong runner and comfortable cruiser. The missing title is a concern that would need to be addressed. At the $6,900 asking price, this could be an attractive buy for a Buick enthusiast looking for a largely complete 50s project. As always, an in-person inspection is recommended to verify the car's condition and assess any potential issues not mentioned in the ad, especially given the project nature of the car. If the car checks out and the title issue can be resolved, it could be a fun and stylish classic to finish and enjoy. 20. This 1965 Ford Mustang is being offered for $9,900. The seller describes it as Granny's putt-putt car, suggesting it was owned by an older individual and driven sparingly. The car is powered by a 6-cylinder engine, which was the base engine option for the Mustang in 1965. The seller mentions that the engine has received a lot of new parts, which is a positive sign for its mechanical condition. However, more details about the specific parts replaced would be helpful for potential buyers. The car has an automatic transmission, which was a popular option for Mustangs in this era, especially for cars intended for daily driving rather than performance. The exterior of the car is finished in a white paint color. The seller states that the body is pretty straight, suggesting it has minimal dents, dings, or rust. However, a closer inspection would be necessary to confirm the extent of any body imperfections. The seller notes that the tires are in nice condition, which is important for both safety and appearance. The car comes with a clean title, indicating there are no major legal or ownership issues. While the ad provides a general overview of the car, more details would be helpful to fully assess its condition. The mileage is not listed, which is a key factor for valuing any classic car. More information about the interior condition, any additional features or options, and the maintenance history would also be useful for potential buyers. In summary, this Mustang presents as a potentially solid, lightly used classic with a 6-cylinder engine and automatic transmission. The updated engine parts, straight body, and nice tires are positive indicators. However, the limited information in the ad makes it difficult to fully assess the car's condition and value. At the $9,900 asking price, potential buyers would want to carefully inspect the car in person and gather more details about its history and condition before making a decision. As always, a thorough inspection and test drive are recommended. If the car checks out well, and the mileage and overall condition are as good as implied, it could be a nice entry-level classic Mustang for someone looking for a 60s pony car to enjoy as a weekend cruiser or light project. More details would be needed to determine if the asking price is in line with the car's actual condition and market value.